In the news at 3, Corey Sanders' death described as a big blow to boxing and a suicide bomber attacks a church in northern Nigeria. Good afternoon, I'm Kirat Lala. Boxing South Africa, BSA, has described the death of former world heavyweight champion Corey Sanders as a big blow to the country's boxing fraternity. He was shot and killed during an armed robbery near Pretoria. Sanders suffered gunshot wounds while attending a birthday party at a restaurant and later died in hospital. BSA chairperson Nkondo Balfour says news of Sanders' death is shocking, adding that he had played an important role in the development of the sport in the country.
We really feel that these things shouldn't happen to people who are icons, who are supposed to be helping box South Africa to make sure that the future champions of this country are trained and educated well. Our condolences then go to his family and to the boxing fraternity at large.
South African boxers who knew and fought against Sanders say they are saddened by his death. Kali Kriel was present at the party and has described how armed men attacked Sanders. Harold Volbrecht says he's shocked to hear the news, and so is another former boxer who knew Sanders and faced him in the ring, Jonathan Duploy.
No, we were very good friends at all. And I fought against him that day. He was better than me, and he was a winner. I mean, we had some good time together.
4 suspects have been arrested on charges of rape and robbery in Umhlali, north of Durban. It is alleged that a woman and her boyfriend were accosted by 4 armed men in the area near the N2 highway last night. Police spokesperson Jay Naika says members of the Umhlali K9 unit responded to calls for help from the boyfriend after he managed to escape the attackers. Naika says the woman has been taken to a nearby hospital.
The victims were robbed of their belongings at knife point. The boyfriend managed to escape and fled to a garage nearby where he contacted police. It's alleged that the suspects then forced the victim to a nearby bush where she was raped. All police units, including the Umhlali K9 unit, were alerted of the incident and responded. They found one of the suspects near the initial scene of the robbery. Further police investigations led them to Shaka's Head, where they arrested the outstanding suspect. All 4 men were detained on charges of rape and robbery.
Over 290 people have been arrested in the Soweto area for various crimes. Gauteng police spokesperson K. Makubela says a total of 298 people have been arrested for crimes ranging from armed robbery, murder and sexual offences. Makubela says 1 firearm has been recovered. The suspects are expected to appear in the Protea Magistrates Court and the Roodepoort Magistrates Court on Tuesday. In a separate incident, police are looking for 4 people who held up a family in their home in Lenasia. The father was stabbed in the head and died. The people fled with all electronics. Shifting focus now to Nigeria, where a suicide bomber has attacked a church in northern Nigeria, killing 3 people, including the bomber, and seriously wounding several others. The attack occurred at the centre of worship at the St. John's Catholic Church in the Wunti area of Bauchi State. The BBC's Will Ross reports.
The target was St. John's Catholic Church in the city of Bauchi in northeast Nigeria. The suicide bomber detonated the device outside the building during the church service. Rescue teams carried away the dead and rushed the injured to the city's hospital. Suspicion will once again fall on the Islamist group Boko Haram. It's carried out dozens of attacks in Bauchi and many other areas of northern and central Nigeria. In recent weeks there had been a lull in bombings of churches, but earlier in the year they'd become a weekly occurrence, leading to tension and clashes between Nigeria's Christian and Muslim followers.
And finally, senior Libyan officials say that all illegal militias in the country will be dissolved in the wake of the killing of the U.S. ambassador by a militant group this month. Head of the Libyan National Congress, Mohammed Magharith, has made the announcement.
We're dissolving all militias and military camps which are not under the control of the state. And we're calling on everyone to stop using violence and to stop carrying weapons in the streets and squares and public places.
Recapping the top story at 3 o'clock, Boxing South Africa, BSA, has described the death of former world heavyweight champion Corey Sanders as a big blow to the country's boxing fraternity. I'll have the next news bulletin at 4 p.m.